Welcome back to AKMLFC, guys. So, I did try and do this video earlier on just about like the Konaté stuff that's come out, but there's also been the Adam Wharton stuff as well now. Guys, those of you that have been around here for a long time now, since probably the end of the summer transfer window, I mentioned Adam Wharton as a potential target for next year. Because, you know, again, those of you that have been around here for a fair bit will understand that I'm not overly sure that McAllister's long-term future is at Liverpool Football Club, and I don't particularly think he'll be there after the season. Like, I don't know. I could be wrong, but he hasn't seemed to be right all year. And he obviously had an injury in the summer where he had an operation. And he was also pulled up by the media in Argentina for the game against Angola, I think, at the weekend as well. Now, he's been heavily linked with Real Madrid for ages now. I think he's even come out himself and said that he wants to go there at some point. You know, South American, they always want to go to Barcelona or Madrid. So it was always inevitable, in my opinion, that we were going to lose McAllister. On top of that, that's one of the cats trying to jump up onto the shelf. On top of that, we've also had it so that basically Gravenberch and Szoboszlai is supposed to have their contracts renewed. McAllister's runs out at the same time, and we've heard nothing about that whatsoever. Sorry, I know I'm spinning around and stuff, but the cat's trying to follow me. We've heard nothing about Maka getting a contract, but we've heard about Grav and Szoboszlai. So, again, getting back to Adam Wharton, I think it makes sense, you know, with the homegrown quota that we're going to need to improve upon. He'll provide competition, rotation for Ryan Gravenberch. It'll probably also even allow us to play Grav further forward as well. Like, we could probably play as Wharton as like the guy who sits, and then Grav can take on the McAllister role if needs be. Or, you know, you keep playing Szoboszlai there, whatever. But yeah, I think he'll be expensive if we get Adam Wharton. And I didn't particularly think that we'd spend a lot of money again on players. But we are being linked with some names. Again, it's stupid season. You know, there's nothing much to talk about, so people are just throwing stuff out there. But, you know, we're rumoured to be interested in Elise as the Salah replacement. He'll be 100 mil plus, if not maybe 90. Wharton, he'll 100% will be like 100 million. Do you know what I mean? But I think he'd be worth it. I like Adam Wharton. I do think he'd be worth it. So, and if you sell McAllister for 60 million, it's technically only 40 million investment, isn't it? So, yeah, we'll see, won't we, regarding Wharton. Next up, the Konaté stuff. Obviously, he's come out and said that there's been a few things in the media where people are saying that Liverpool have offered him a new deal, this, that and the other. And he's basically come out and said that Liverpool are still in negotiations with him. There's been no movement regarding a new deal or anything like that, and he wants it to be done soon. Now, two thoughts on this. I'm actually glad that he's actually saying something, so we're not having like a Trent Alexander-Arnold situation all over again. So I'll give him some props for that. Secondly, I am kind of wondering if his form has kind of put off Real Madrid a little bit, and he's trying not to like burn all the bridges at Liverpool just in case that move doesn't go ahead. Do you know what I mean? I think he still wants to go to Real Madrid. If Real Madrid come knocking, he's off. But at the same time, I don't think it's guaranteed anymore. Do I think Liverpool have offered him some deals? Yeah, they will have done. Especially probably around about the same time they were trying to get Salah, Van Dijk and Trent done. Do you know what I mean? They'd have been talking to him as well. They've probably been talking to Robbo as well about giving him a new deal as well, potentially. But I reckon this is my thought process on the Konaté deal, right? I think when they were talking to him probably in the summer earlier this year, he were putting his wages, salary at like 180, 200k a week, yeah? Liverpool obviously were like, nah, mate. No. And then as the season's obviously gone on, I think towards probably the back end of the summer, with the whole gay talk, I reckon that Madrid were knocking on his door. And he was like, oh, Real Madrid. Well, maybe. But then as the season's gone on and his form's gone off a cliff, Liverpool aren't going to give him 180k either to keep him. I don't think Liverpool will be in desperate need to keep him after his performances this year. So, you know, like, he could have probably signed a deal for 150 or something at Liverpool, but if I were Liverpool, and as a Liverpool fan in itself, I would not be happy with them offering them that. Do you know what I mean? I don't think he's worth it, especially when you're going to try and get Mark Gay over the line and potentially having to sign another centre-back as well. So Konaté is not even guaranteed to be starting all the time. I don't want 150k centre-back on the bench. Do you know what I mean? Which is kind of why I think Salah's going to be going as well, which goes into another topic, because he's on about 350k a week, and by in all intents and purposes, I don't think he should be on the starting 11 anymore. But can you really have, you know, let's round it up a fair bit, $500,000 a week sat on the bench? Do you know what I mean? So anyway, they're my thoughts on Wharton and Konaté. Let me know down below what you think of them. Do you think Wharton would be a good signing for Liverpool? Do you think he'd be good for a McAllister replacement, you know, etc.? And do you think Konaté deal gets done? Or do you think Madrid may be potentially pulling out the deal? Let me know down below, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.